a lot of them quoted biblical verses and things like that. I'm just, so my ex-husband worked for the hotels as a manager. So, he was coming up to the thing, but it kept getting closer. And I'm like, oh my God, there's on the cheese. He's not here. What the fuck am I going to do? I was petrified. And I sat there and I built up this energy right here where I was so nervous that I could not speak. But I had to say something. And so right. Oh, sorry. Let me just,
go ahead.
Follow me. Well, and I'll kind of take you. I'm just out on my balcony, chilling, and this is like my favorite spot in the whole world.
Yeah, I like it. I like Hawaii.
Yeah.
I've been there probably 4 or 5 times.
4 or 5 times. Yeah. Nice. Only on Oahu, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's the usual. Yeah, you should go to an outer island.
Yeah, that's what I was told.
Yeah. I mean, again, I now live in Oahu, so I've never lived in the big city until now, so this is like so amazing for me. I absolutely love it. And but like the Big Island is country.
So you're from there?
I was originally born in Louisiana, but yes, I've lived on the Big Island.
Oh, okay.
For 30 years.
I got people down there in Louisiana.
Oh yeah, okay.
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm further up north, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been out there for 30 years.
Yeah.
Jeez, Louise, you're from there.
Yeah,
you're from there.
No, I am. Yeah, no, I'm a local girl now. Yeah, for sure. I'm a local haole. That's what we're called, local haoles. The good thing about me is I can pass as a haole, a visitor, a tourist, someone not from here, or kama'aina, or either one. I look like I'm local and I can pass as a tourist, so it works both ways. I like it.
So what made you move out there?
Oh, the ex-husband. I got married at 21. Like I was supposed to, or what I thought I was supposed to, right? I had.
But they tell us.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm from Louisiana, so what are you gonna do? Get married and have kids and take care of a family, or?
I don't know.
So that was just, I mean, I was born in '69, so it's just kind of,
You got me by a couple.
You thought you were supposed to do. I'm sorry.
You got me by a couple years. I was born in '74.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do like them younger.
Younger is better. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Younger than me.
Yeah.
So at least it wide fucking open, right?
Yeah. So
yeah.
How did you get in it? So wait a minute. You were married for 26 years, right?
Yes.
So what were you in the lifestyle before or after?
No, I was in a monogamous marriage, or what I thought was monogamous marriage. I don't think he got that memo. So, husband and 3 kids, and, he's cheated a couple of times, and, what am I going to do? Go back home to mom and daddy in Louisiana, or, stay with him and raise children and forgive and be the good Christian woman and all that good stuff.
So was this like cheating or lifestyle cheating? Or he wasn't in the lifestyle at all?
No, he was not in the lifestyle at all.
Oh, okay.
No, not at all. I mean, honestly, I didn't know what the lifestyle was. I mean, again, he was raised Catholic. I was somewhat raised Baptist, thanks to my mama. But we were vanilla. We were just plain old white people doing white people shit. I mean, 3 kids, sex life was, and
come on! Don't tell me that. No.
Oh please.
Oh no!
I don't. I've been saving it up all these years.
Oh.
But I mean, it had its moments.
Yeah,
I mean, it had its moments.
I hate when I hear people say that.
No, exactly. See, that's what I mean. It's like there was no passion in this
Oh,
marriage. No passion whatsoever. It was raising kids, taking care of these kids took 100% of the time. The whole goal was to make them better than us.
so
And
you think that the kids and life was a part of the
oh,
sex life going
yes.
away?
Oh,
Okay.
yes. You know how they say, when are you going to settle down? And that nightmare you have of this regular daily life of struggling to make paycheck after paycheck to take care of these kids, and God, they need this, and shit, we ain't got it, but we'll rob Peter to pay Paul. And I mean, and that's how you live. And you live in Hawaii, and the beach is right there, and you're too fucking busy to go to the beach and relax because you're teaching these kids sports and how to be adults and stuff like that. And so it just consumes you, that
Yeah.
ordinary life.
It happens, man. You
But
know.
I in no way look back and have any regrets. I mean, I had three beautiful kids, and they've all made something of themselves,
Oh,
and
that's good.
they're doing fine. I mean, could they have been better? Who knows? I could have been better. We could all be better.
Yeah.
Could they have done something different? Yeah, but I mean, that's a choice we all made, and they're adults. So, it is what it is. And the funny thing is, when I told my three children that I was getting a divorce, it was somewhat devastating. But I think somehow mentally, I must have already been preparing for it in some odd way over the last 2 or 3 years of our marriage. Because as soon as he told me, "Hey, by the way, I've been cheating again, and well, this time she's pregnant," I was kind of like a light switch and was like, okay, good, I'm done. My youngest was 18, and I thought, you know what, they're all adults, good, bad, or indifferent. Hopefully they'll understand. And when I told my oldest two, they were like, Mom, you should have done that a long time ago. And I'm thinking, you could have told me, been nice. But my youngest, I think it hit him harder because, at some point he was an only child.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I'm not sure quite how it affected them because, they're all adults and they have their adult life now. And
But 26,
it's,
26 years is a good run, you know?
oh, yeah. Hey, I mean, I gave it my best effort. It is what it is. I did something longer than most people can, So, I'm good though. I don't anticipate getting married again. I don't
Oh, you would
see the
do it
need.
again.
And well, I'm not going to ever say no to anything.
I
I
think, you
say
know
that.
what? I think if you met the right guy, you would do it again. I can tell just by your attitude. You're not
Mm.
mad, you're not bitter, you're not like that. I can tell.
Well, yeah, no, for sure, for sure. I mean, but honestly, I don't see the value in marriage. It to me is a piece of paper that you don't really have to pay much for
Yeah.
until you're ready to tear it up, and then that shit can cost you so much.
Right.
And it's stupid shit, just over stupid shit. Because if it can't be amicable, then Hawaii is a I don't give a fuck what you did, just 50-50 and get out state. But when one person is a little bit hablut about the fact that, you've actually decided to divorce him, then he starts holding a grudge. And then, well, let me see how much I can get out of this. And then it
Yeah, it can be
becomes,
like, yeah, it can be like,
I'm having to pay an attorney just to get out of this. Both of us are. And it's like, it's ridiculous. So, and again, if I have to have a piece of paper that tells a man that he needs to
no, you
stay
don't.
with me, then, what's the use?
You don't.
I mean, exactly,
Yeah, you
exactly.
don't.
And aside from that, why would I want to burden just one man that's trying to meet all my needs? I mean,
See, I'm glad you brought that up. No
mm,
one can do that.
not at all. Not one person at all. No. And you know what? Don't ask me to label anything because
No,
it's the millennials that like all this labeling. I tell them like, "Hey man, this is me," and they go, "Oh, then you're a such and such, such and such." I'm like, "What?" Can you write that
Yeah,
down for me? So, but yeah, all I know is I have been having the time of my life.
yeah,
I,
that's
I,
good.
I'm loving the journey. I'm not sure what the destination is yet. I don't even care, but I
Yeah,
just know it's going to be
yeah.
fucking awesome.
But you know
That's all
what?
I
You're kind of in a good place because you've been married, you
know.
had kids, you raised kids.
Yep.
So the whole purpose of marriage to me is to have a family. That's the whole purpose. Really, I mean,
Okay.
if you don't, to me, if you don't want to have kids, why be married? That unless
Right, right.
unless you're an older person, man or woman,
Mm.
and you've done it before, and you
You
you know,
know, this is the last hurrah. I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
leaving your side. I need a piece of
yeah.
paper. Make
But
sure I get your bennies,
yeah,
right?
I mean, it don't necessarily have to be on paper, but it can be on something. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Well, I got you.
if you're a
Yeah.
young man, a young woman, the only purpose of marriage is to have a family.
It's funny you say that. I just had a conversation with a young man the other day who is absolutely gorgeous. I'm like, boy, you better protect that shit because I know girls want to have your baby. You are just, I mean, absolutely beautiful. And so I believe he was married before. And at some point, she, lost respect for him. And so he divorced her. And at this point, he feels that the only reason he probably would get married is when he's ready to have children
Yeah.
and
Well,
no
that
other
makes sense.
reason.
That makes
Like, but see, that's so methodical though. I mean, it's like, okay, so now I am going out specifically to find the mother of my children.
no, no, not like that.
It's like, but no, that's the way it sounded to me, because again, he's like, I expect to love her and cherish and all that stuff, but you know it, it it made it sound as though it was going to be on the resume, like number one, must want children, and if you don't, keep passing, as though he's not going to think of anything else. And as soon as the one he finds and says, yep, I'll have your kids, and they're all good, okay, let's go.
No, not like
That's
that.
what it makes it sound.
I
So,
think it's more.
um,
I think it's more like he's not going to date anyone that doesn't have the potential of having kids.
see, define that word date.
Date?
I don't think he was even talking about dating, really.
Well, that's just me.
Yeah, no,
That's
I
just
got
me.
you.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe he's one of he might be the type that say, hey, I like this type of woman and this type of woman, and these are my standards, these are my rules, and I'm not going to date anybody outside of a certain age, or he could
Right,
do that
right,
way too. And I
right.
don't think anything wrong with that. That's okay.
No, not at all. It's just, it's that specificness.
Yeah, you gotta.
It's that being intentional, with what he's doing. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's not always something you hear.
No, 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 no way. So how did you even find out that there was such a thing as a lifestyle, like some people like to say anyway? Because
Um,
I didn't even know.
mm,
I started hearing the word lifestyle like 10 years ago. I didn't even
mm.
know in the '90s. I didn't even know there was such a thing. I'm like, what's that?
Right, right. Yeah. No, I totally agree. I mean, in my 26-year marriage, I mean, straight lace, vanilla, um, had no idea what the lifestyle was. And so I got divorced about 5 years ago, got on some dating sites, and decided that, going to start dating again. And honestly, went through that phase of, let me just see. I honestly got on a dating site thinking nobody is going to want me. I didn't put pictures of relevance. I mean, honestly, what I came to know was that, as a female, you get on a dating site, it don't matter if you've got a picture of yourself up, they just swipe right and go, hey girl, how you doing? So that was great, and at least then I could kind of pick and choose and stuff like that. But I got on Match.com as my first one. Oh,
okay.
God, that was ridiculous.
What?
And so,
you don't like Match.com?
No, but it was good at the time, but it was, again, it served its purpose. It was probably that I was meant to be on that one because it was like the most, it was like, a dating app 101. It was like a very ease in kind of thing. It wasn't too much. However, I did get my first catfish on Match.com.
Oh, God.
But, it was okay. It's not like I spent any money or anything, but it was very funny that he used a porn star's face. And of course, I'm new out of a 26-year marriage. I don't know porn. And I didn't know somebody could use a porn star's face and stuff like that.
I thought about doing that.
I know, right? But so the funny thing is, right, as soon as I swipe right, he says hello, and I'm just like going, oh my God, he's beautiful. And so I don't know what made me decide to Google image his face. But as soon as I did, I thought, oh my God, I could date a porn star. Yes. I don't know what that means. And I start watching this guy's porns. Johnny Sins. He's this ball-head white guy, slim, athletic build, huge cock. And he actually came here to Hawaii on the Big Island on the volcano side with his girl. I don't want to say COVID time, but because that's too recent, but even a few years back on some 2-month hiatus. And of course he left just as I start doing this. I'm thinking, you know what, it could be him. It did not turn out to be him. There's some little South African boy that was 21 maybe, who video chatted with me finally. And I'm just like, oh, come on, honey. But hey, it was a good story. Needless to say, but, I had this guy tell me something like, why are you hitting me up? I've been single for 7 years and you're not even divorced. We're on totally different wavelengths. So I'm like, wow, that just kind of, made me aware of, the different phases of this coming out of a divorce. And so eventually I started sleeping around. I started just having a great time, just absolutely having so much fun. And this was pre-COVID, so the world was open and it was wonderful. And I would meet some of these guys, white men, or I should say I had not had a black man yet. And I had a German and, some flavor, but no black men yet. But I had started having threesomes, 2 guys. I had a guy say, hey, let's go find a couple. And so we found a couple, and the couple didn't want him, they wanted me. And so at some point I had my first threesome with this couple.
How did you meet these people though? Was it as a party or?
No. This was back when Craigslist was on. This was
okay.
And so, again, right before Craigslist kind of, went belly up or whatever it did. It stopped the personals. So yeah, I just had this guy that he came here on business, and stayed for a while. And so just out of nowhere, he's like, hey, how about I get online and find a couple? And I'm like, shoot, you do whatever you do. And so he found a couple, and they lived on the Big Island. And so we go to the restaurant to meet them, and I'm like, oh my God, what do we say? What do we do? He's like, we have no story. We're just going to get in there, start fucking, and we're just going to, I'm like, oh damn, is it going to be like that? I was just a little nervous. And I'm just thinking, okay, I hadn't had that yet. But it ended up, we sit in the booth at the restaurant for an hour because they want to get to know. So I'm like, sorry, dude, we got to make a story now, right? I knew I was right. But needless to say, we ended up going back to their house. And they made it very clear that they just wanted me. They didn't want him. And so we didn't do anything that evening. But I would say about 3 or 4 months later, he calls me and says, hey, can you text her and say hi? Because I think we could do something tonight. And I'm like, hey, girl, how you doing? And she's like, yeah, come over. And I was like, oh my God. So I did. And it was fun. It was so much fun. Because first of all, she had never seen a squirter in real life. And
Holy shit.
so that was like, ching. And it was fun. I mean, um, it was the first time I ate pussy, and it was, but this one I knew that she had to be the center of attention. So I tried to not make it about me. I knew she was going to get most of the dick, and because I'd played with him. I'd already been with him, so we were familiar with each other. Um, so it ended up just an absolutely great experience. And the three of us never played again. But
Oh man,
it was okay. It was good.
I
Sometimes
hate
you
that.
you put an experience in a little bubble and you go, okay, that's good. I liked it. If it happens again, somebody different or something like that, it works. But some people you just don't want to go back to. That's it. Some people you
Yeah,
just don't want to go back to. Yeah. So.
yeah.
But yeah, it was a great experience, and it was one of those first. I'm all about first. My first, your first. If you're around me and you have not done something, oh my God, that just gets me so excited.
Brenda.
Well, because since my divorce, I've had so many first and first like that that I ain't ever thought about. I mean, being a squirter, I didn't even know what that was. Oh my God,
Really?
I didn't do that with my ex-husband. I did not do that with my ex-husband. I did
No,
not.
there's a lot of women that don't do it.
Right. But I
I
mean,
think a
I
lot.
didn't even, again, I didn't watch porn. I didn't watch porn. So I didn't know this stuff. And I just remember staying with this surfer guy for the weekend. And he made me squirt. And I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. And he was just like, oh, the heavens have opened. And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm so sorry. So then he proceeded to show me porns and stuff. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
I had to do some research and go, oh my God, it is. And
Yeah.
so now I see the value. So yeah.
A lot of
So
women don't know. They don't know that they can do it.
exactly. I mean, I do believe we all can. I do believe
Yeah.
we all can.
Yeah,
But
I
if
think so.
you do not allow yourself to be pleasured by a man, and that's something I think we have a hard time with.
Yeah.
Especially if you've got kids. I mean, again, there are times I loved being a mother and hated being a mother. It's just like anything else. It's like a
Yeah.
job. You love parts of the job and you hate parts of the job. But, I just think that we as parents lose ourselves
Yeah.
when we have children. So, I didn't know who the fuck I was. I had no clue. And yeah, it wasn't until, I just,
I think
I
you have to make time for each other once kids and other things come into play. You have to.
no, I feel like if you do not, I mean, as a husband and wife with children, if you don't set yourselves first, and I mean, again, I have no clue how to do it because I wasn't able to do it. And I've only come to this epiphany after the fact. But if you can have children and still have your individuality as well as your togetherness, then you could be good. Because if you're going to wait until they get in the high school and start trying to figure out if you like each other, it's tough. You got to keep liking each other and doing things with each other and separately as individual human beings, and still try to be parents. Again, I don't know how you do it. I feel like there's a few people do. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I think if you lose yourself and you lose each other, I mean, you can
Downhill from there.
allow yourself to. I mean, you can allow your children to unintentionally suck the life out of you because you just want them to be better.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like I said, it made me who I am, and I have no regrets. And I don't really look back on it much. You know, from the moment I got divorced and started dating till now, my story's changed. Started off, oh, I'm divorced. I was married for 26 years. And I would start off with that. Now, I don't even mention that shit because I'm just like, no, man, I'm a queen of spades. I'm in the lifestyle. This is who I am now. If you want to know anything else, you got a long way to go to get there to know that information.
You have a good attitude. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, why not? I mean, I have freedom to do whatever the fuck I want with who I want, when I want, where I want. I mean, anything.
Yeah.
And I just never knew that was possible. I mean, I never knew that was possible, but now I know it is. And so, you know, I just, you know, I'm going to travel the world and see all the new stuff so that I can see what I like and what I don't like, and, you know, just have an amazing time. And
That's what I like to hear. So how did you find me anyway? I know you found me on Twitter, but did you see my?
That was it. That was it on Twitter. Yeah, I am.
How did my feed come about on Twitter?
Well, I'll be honest. I hate to say that I don't know, but I'm still trying to figure Twitter out because it's frustrated me for a minute, and I wasn't messing with it, and I didn't post very much, but I am about to start my OnlyFans page if I can ever get verified. And so, you know, they need other social media accounts to be active so that they can verify, but I don't want my face on there because I don't know yet where I'm going with OnlyFans. So, you know, I'm trying to figure things out. And so I've started posting a lot more on Twitter and IG, and I don't know, I think you were in a suggestion, and so I thought, you know, and then I saw that you had posted that you were looking for people on your podcast, and I thought I saw a QoS, and I'm like, I have been told by several people close to me in the last 6 months that, you know, I should start a podcast, and I'm thinking, who wants to hear me and hear my story and this and that? And you know, when something comes to you and it's positive, and maybe that's what the universe has for you, it just keeps getting repeated, and you keep seeing it over and over. So when I saw that you said you wanted just somebody on the podcast, I thought, you know what? I don't know if I'd even be comfortable, but you know, let's give it a try. So I'm just like freaking stoked.
You know what? Here. Somebody told me the same thing years ago.
Yeah.
And then 18 months ago, I started.
Okay.
And then 12 months ago, it took off. And now I'm at 179 episodes.
Wow.
And in 20 months.
That's awesome. Yeah. That is awesome.
Yeah, I didn't think well, you know, I had a YouTube channel, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel, but I didn't want to. At the time, I was like, man, I don't need that shit. I don't need a podcast. What for, man? Yeah, you know, I'm talking about the same thing, basically. Now, every once in a while, I'll talk about something different. But now, I don't even stuff that on my podcast. I don't post on YouTube at all. You know, except it might be a clip or, you know, half of this episode, maybe so, you know, but
just so that they can at least see and say, okay, let me go listen to the whole thing. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but you should. So what's going to be on your OnlyFans?
I don't know quite yet. I mean, one of the main reasons is, you know, being in the lifestyle and, you know, doing a lot of videos. I tend to show people my videos when I'm with them. And, you know, I get a lot of that, you know, can you share? Do you have content? And, you know, I've never monetized anything. So I've been very hesitant about doing it, mainly because, again, I'm a mom with two sons and a daughter, and um, my daughter is a huge support for me. She is amazing. I've planted seeds. And, first it was trying to get her used to me dating, and then it was trying to get her used to me being seen with a black man. And once she was okay with me being seen with black men, then it's been a lot easier for her to like accept more things. And so, I would come back from a party. I remember my first time I went to Splash Milk in Atlanta, and I came back
Really?
home, and oh
Okay.
my God, I love that event. I love that event. And so the first time I came home, I had ordered this really sexy, like, red ribbon. It's just ribbons, and it doesn't really cover much, but it looks like a ribbon. And so she pulls it out of the package, and she's opening all my mail and stuff, and she puts it on over her clothes, and she's like, "Mom, well, what the fuck would you wear this for?" And I was like, party. What kind of party would you wear this to? And I was like, but and so I don't know. I ultimately said, well, she's like, well, what kind of party are these? And I was like, well, I'm just saying that, like, the first party I had, it was me and two other girls and six black men. And she goes, okay, I don't need to know anymore. So, I kind of think she gets it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
How was the party?
like I said, I do love this event. It
Was it a lot of
is.
people?
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people. I mean, they're 10-story hotels, 6 to 10 stories,
Damn.
and we had the entire hotel to
Oh.
ourselves. The entire hotel.
Man, I've never been in nothing like that. I've been to house parties like that.
Yeah, I know. A hotel takeover is
I've never been in nothing like
epic.
that.
You know what? It's epic because it's just like being on another planet. It is absolutely the best feeling in the world to be able to walk around and know that everybody in here thinks just like you. Just like you. Everybody is a horny motherfucker just ready to just give and receive and just, pleasure each other. And it's just, oh my God, it's just.
So you got a hotel room at that hotel and party at that hotel?
Yes. So they got to put my phone on the charger. So
yeah, go
I do
ahead.
hope I don't screw this up. Oh shoot. So yes, it is actually, you pay one price for the entire weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night.
Okay.
And, you go as a couple, and you can always add a third person to your room, I think. But
see, I'm always by myself all the time.
Well, as a single black man, I mean, if you want to be by yourself, which
no, I prefer to have somebody along with me.
No, I understand. Yeah. But I would recommend, as a black man, that at least once you go by yourself, you would be rooming with another single black man. Okay. Or you could pay the extra and get your own room, I'm sure. I don't know the details, but I would definitely recommend both, like going with somebody, and then going single, because you meet so many people from so many different places.
So this is
everybody is just. This
is in Atlanta?
They have, I don't know, they have several a year, Atlanta, Fort Lauderdale, and Houston. Okay. And so I've been to Atlanta, I've been to Houston, and this July is going to be my first in Fort Lauderdale. And that's where they originated this. So it's supposed to be the epicenter, the place to go. It's supposed to be the best of the best of the best. So I am beyond excited about going, beyond excited.
You flew a long way.
Yes. Well, this time I'm not flying the whole way. I'm doing something a little different this time. Because I met this cool chick from Alabama, and
Alabama.
I know, right? And so, yeah, I'm gonna go kick it with her for a while,
Country
because
girl.
I have the two events for Splash in Fort Lauderdale, so it's a month apart. So, I mean, why fly all the way back to Hawaii if I'm gonna be there in another month? So,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go cruise around and between the two events, and hopefully she and I can hang out and go have some fun together. And I'm actually road tripping it. I'm going to drive from California to Florida, and it's going
Yeah,
to
that's not too
be
far. Yeah.
no. And I mean, I've got like, about 10 days to do it. So
Yeah.
I'm going to lifestyle it from one place to the other, because this is what lifestyle people do in the mainland. This is what I think blew my mind when I first got into the lifestyle. So, back in 2020, when everybody was scared and in their homes going,
Yeah.
oh my God, COVID's going to get me, I was flying from place to place because flights were cheap. I was sitting in rows by myself. There'd be hardly anybody around because everybody was scared to travel. And
Yep.
that was like the best time to travel. And I was in Charlotte, North Carolina in January. It was
Hey, that's
cold
where I'm
as
at.
fuck. Yeah, okay. It was
Yeah,
cold as fuck, so I will
it
never go
was.
there again in January, I promise you. Um, I forget living in Hawaii. I mean, you forget what seasons
It's
are.
small out
I
there.
mean, on the Big Island, it does have all different climates, and I mean, it snows on the Big Island on Mauna Kea, and so you can go to the snow and go to the beach at the same day, but still, you don't go to the snow except for maybe once. But this was dramatic, and so needless to say, I after my trip to North Carolina, I was supposed to go back home to Louisiana to visit my sister, and she calls me up and says, "Hey, I got COVID. You can't come." And I'm thinking, "Oh my God, that's like 4 nights out of my trip. What am I going to do?"
Yeah.
So my friend's like, well, you're only a couple hours from Atlanta. So I'm thinking, little black book, who's in Atlanta that I know? Oh, I remember this guy that came to Hawaii to visit. We had this really amazing week, and he's in Atlanta. So I call him up and said, "Hey, I'm coming to Atlanta." And he's like, "Well, I'd love you to stay with me, but I got people here." And I was like, "No, that's cool. I'll get a hotel." He's like, "Go to College Park. I live in College Park." And I'm like, "Okay, sure. Whatever you say." I have no clue. I'm not a traveler. This is my first traveling things. And so I ended up on the way down driving. I had been put in a chat group, in a Kick chat group, by some guy saying, "Hey, I'm lifestyle. I'll put you in this lifestyle group." It was the lamest chat group ever. People didn't post pictures. All you heard these women talk about was, "I gotta go feed the cat," or "I gotta go walk the dog." And I'm thinking, nobody's talking about sex. Why are we here? And so, I got tired of those messages. So I got out of the group. And then all of a sudden, I had this man text me and said, "Oh, I see you got out of the group. Why?" And I told him why. And he's like, "Well, I've got a group I think you'll like a lot better." I said, "Okay, what is that?" And he's like, "Well, it's full of BBC." And I was like, "Listening, tell me more." And all of a sudden, he starts sending me a face pic and a cockpit face and a pic. I mean, I'm like, "Oh my
Oh,
God, what is
Lord.
this?" Like a dozen
Bombarded.
beautiful black men. And I'm just thinking, I won the lottery. Ah! And so I'm just like, "What's this?" And he's like, "Well, you said you were headed to Atlanta. So they all know you're coming. If you want them all, ask all of them. If you want just one pick, it's your choice." I'm like, "What? Wait, what?" So I picked one, and so scrumptious. He met me at whatever restaurant. I was the only white chick there. And he met me, and we sat and ate, and he took me back to the hotel room and fucked me so good. Oh my God.
Good Lord.
And oh Lord have mercy. I was like, "Welcome to Atlanta. I'm home, people. I'm home." And so he had to go back to his wife the next day in Chicago. And so I was a little bummed about that. But he tells me about the lifestyle as well, that he's lifestyle, and told me a little bit about the guy who sent me all the pics and stuff. And he's like, "But I've got a friend that's going to have a party tomorrow night or that night." And he's like, "You're going to want to go. I'll have him call you." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So mind you, jump back a little bit during COVID. Before I started traveling to the mainland, I'm now on the Big Island, starved of black men. So I come to Honolulu a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. And I met this man here who has been lifestyle. I think he was born into the lifestyle. um, but he's so wise. And, when I first met him, he ended up like I don't know, we met on Plenty of Fish or something. And so when I first met him, came over here, spent the weekend with him. And, I came to Honolulu to party, to go out to whatever, just to just go wild because I live in the country over there, right? And so I come over here, the first time I met him, we had great sex all weekend. He took such good care of me. We went out to dinner, fed me, and, just while he was at work, I would go meet other guys, go fuck other guys. And I wasn't telling him this, but I was living it up. I mean, I'd stay with him Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And even on Saturday, Sunday, he might say, hey, I've got something I got to do. So, he just gave me a key to his place and let me go and do. And this was the first weekend I ever met him. So I'm just thinking, man, this is great. And, but I didn't tell him, but he knew. And, so I came back the next month, and I had planned a threesome with these two black men that I had not even met yet. I'd been talking to them separately on some dating app, and they both told me they could get me a gangbang, and I'm like, okay, that works for me. I got two guys trying to get me a gangbang. I'm gonna have one there, and I'm gonna have one there. And then all of a sudden they start talking, and they're like, hey, we know each other, so here's two people. And I was like, dadgummit, I thought I could have two. Now it's just one, but I'll take. So they said, well, let's have a threesome. So I planned on coming back over here, staying with my friend as usual, and, just telling him I was going to go out with the girls or something. I don't know. I didn't know girls here. I didn't know anybody but men. And so my mentor, he is now my mentor. He actually starts telling me a little bit more about the lifestyle and talking about threesomes and couples. And I'm like, oh, I've done those already. Oh, I've done that. I've done that. Yeah, I've done that. And he goes, okay, basically you're in the lifestyle. I'm like, oh, really? Well, that was easy. I don't know what that means. I'm just like oblivious. So for the next 6 months or year, I would come over here. I would stay with him. And he would tell me, let me go back to that one, because this is really what kind of locked it in for me.
Yo! If you want to see the rest of this video, man, you got to go to Patreon. You got to go to my Patreon, man. See the rest of the video. You know what it is, man. When shit got a little too deep. So, we went about over 2 hours in this video. So I can't put it all up on here. Plus shit get real. So if you want to see the rest of the video, you got to go to patreon.com/SharpGame. You dig? So just click the link below, or put the link in your browser in the next tab, and you found the video over there. See you on the other side. If you like this video, share this video. And if you want to support my channel, click the thanks tab and leave me a donation. 2, 5, 10, 50. Just click whatever tab you want to donate and leave me a note and let me know how the video helped you. And you click the buy and send tab. Appreciate it.